Oh yeah, we got both. You're already back though. Ow. Stop stealing my items!
I'm sure I can do to like Delcatty or something. Okay. So let's do one quick review while Bun's finishing up these races and stuff, and then we'll raid over to her.
Oh, it was trying to hit me too.
So we have pretty good Elite Four prep, I would say,
Okay.
all things considered. So starting off against Karen is going to be actually probably the hardest battle, because we're going to be leading Magneton against her Jinx, or sorry, against Will. Will leads a Jinx with Ice Beam, Psychic Focus Blast, and Lovely Kiss. So we're going to have to assume that's going to go for a Focus Blast against this, and then pivot into Spiritomb. Spiritomb's Choice Banded Shadow Sneak is a kill against Jinx. And then I kind of pivot between either Spiritomb staying in Shadow Sneaking stuff, Starmie resisting and going for just Ice Beams and stuff against general neutral coverage. Mamoswine's probably not going to be terribly helpful in this fight, but you know what? I can actually kind of come in against at least the Xatu and do something. Heatwave is a little scary, and Xatu definitely outspeeds, but most of this fight is going to be between Magneton and Spiritomb here, and everything else can be used as a pivot to get in, but Will should be mostly handled by a combination of Spiritomb and Magneton pivoting back and forth. Magneton also outspeeds and OHKOs both Lunatone and Solrock with Flash Cannon, even though it's like one of the worst Magnetons possible and it's like 0 special attack, and also not a helpful ability, but that's fine. It'll still work pretty well for here. Then next is Koga. Koga was going to be dealt with by a Charizard, but I had to squeeze Charizard off the team because Charizard was like the 7th one here. So I'm going to have a Lumberry Dragonite instead. So Dragonite should be able to just 2-hit KO with Wing Attack. And then not get put to sleep by Sleep Powder, basically is the plan there. Dragonite does not take hits super well, but I need it to basically just do a little bit of damage so I can potentially pick it off with Spiritomb. I shouldn't really be needing Dragonite through the fight for most of the other stuff outside of Crobat. So we should be fine with that. I am assuming, though, because Muck has Rock Slide, that would be the thing that comes in next, because Rock Slide's super effective. And Dragonite's typing makes it pretty hard to hit with everything else. If Crobat were to come in directly, then I would just probably pivot into Magneton again, and then probably back to Dragonite on the Heatwave, or potentially even into the Starmie then at that point. There's a couple of pivot points throughout this battle that I'm not 100% sure on, honestly. Like, I have a general idea of how I think the battle should be going, but I definitely need to keep Dragonite safe, because Dragonite is extremely important against Bruno and could potentially sweep against the champion as well. Bruno should be just a sweep with his Dragonite, because I should just be able to set up the +6 against the Hitmontop and then just Wing Attack everything. The only flaw in that plan is if Bruno decides to switch out, which I don't think he will, just because he takes super effective damage from everything. And I believe the only time the AI switches is if it can switch into an immunity from an attack that you just used. So it actually happened in the Bread battle where he switched out his Feraligatr when I was spamming Superpower into Gengar because he could switch into an immunity. And since nothing on Bruno's team is actually immune to flying types, it should be fine. I guess the only other very niche situation is if it just starts spamming High Jump Kick and either misses and kills itself too fast before I set up all the way, or if it just starts doing a ton of damage with High Jump Kick and I have to try to like do a Roost Stall strat. But I think it should, based on what I know about the AI, basically just try to go for a fake out, fail because I have enter focus, and then just freak out and spam counter or sucker punch nonstop. I don't mind taking a sucker punch, especially if I'm at pretty high health, but the plan is basically to set up past it really mattering for the rest of the mons in the team. Karen is the Elite Four member that I'm most scared of, honestly. I will be needing to lead Magnezone that battle, so I have Voltaic Ore that I'm holding on to until probably after Will, honestly, because it doesn't really make sense to have Magneton through the other fights, I don't think. I'll confirm that before I go in, so note to future self, make sure I don't need the extra speed from Magneton before I evolve it into Magnezone, but I'm pretty sure I only need the speed. What? Okay. I should be good to wrap up. No, it's okay. That's fine. That should wrap up perfectly fine, honestly. And then once Mighty Anna's gone, I basically need to get Lucario in against not a coverage move against this team and break it with Aura Sphere. Spiritomb is a little troublesome, so I think I'm going to have to potentially deal with that through a combination of either Magnezone, my own Spiritomb, or Dragonite. I need to keep Lucario healthy for the Umbreon and the Houndoom. Lucario just completely walls that Umbreon, and it's very important that I wall that Umbreon, because otherwise that Umbreon could potentially just swoop me. But since I have Aura Sphere, I don't even really care if it gets up to +6 in evasion. I just need to keep Lucario healthy enough to be able to switch in and kill it in time. And then finally we have the champion battle, Lance. Hopefully at this point I will have everyone up to level 60. I'm entering the first round of Elite Four at level 55, and then whatever levels I pick up throughout is just whatever levels I pick up throughout. And then I will up the level cap before the champion to level 60. So everything on my team that's not level 60 by that point will be level 60. And with that little bit of extra bulk from level 56 to level 60, assuming everything goes well, I should be able to pivot between Magneton and Dragonite on this Gyarados, which has Earthquake, Stone Edge, Aqua Tail, and Payback, and basically stall it out of EQs and Stone Edges to the point where I can just set up with Dragonite and Sweep, or at least set up with Dragonite and Wall Break, and then clean up with Starmie will have Ice Beam, Choice Band and Mamoswine in that battle will have Ice Shard to clean up. If Dragonite goes down, it'll be a little awkward because it'll be a little ground weak at that point. So I might end up confirming that I outspeed everything on the team, and just make sure that I have backup for it. I may also teach Starmie Surf in that fight, because Surf hits Arrow and Charizard pretty well. And if I'm not able to set up with Dragonite, I don't have a ton of answers for that, so just note to future self, teach Surf. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Do you want to back out so I can actually pop in?
Yes, okay. Really quick, we're gonna back out so that Theo...
So, I think I have a pretty good plan for all of this. I think that's all I really need. I have backup stuff planned as well earlier in the VOD. If I need that, so I'll just kind of go back and watch it. But this will probably wrap up the Elite Four prep. I still need to pick up Earthquake throughout the Elite Four run, and then I need to get the Switch stuff. Sorry. Let me just actually.
Why don't we just take a quick break?
Yeah, we're just gonna take a quick break. During this little break, I'm gonna raid over to Bun. So this is actually the end of stream for me. But Bun's gonna be on a break. Yeah. So let's go ahead and raid Princess Bun Bun. So Bun's gonna run to the bathroom. We'll be back on her stream in just a couple minutes. We may take a quick break in between just to have a quick smoke break and stuff. But then we will be playing Mario Kart over there. So thanks for hanging out, everyone. The next time we do Pokemon, we will be taking on the Elite Four and the Champion. I'm gonna be nervous no matter what, right? Because it's the Elite Four, but I feel like we have a pretty strong team. I feel like we have a pretty strong plan of what we want to do, and I feel like we have pretty decent backups. If shit goes really sour, we may have to kind of improvise. but for the most part, I feel pretty good about it. So thanks for hanging out, everyone. Pay attention to the Discord to know when I'm going to be going live with this again. We'll most likely be working on Bun Bun 3 stuff on Tuesday. And then Bun and I are getting our COVID vaccine stuff later in the week, so I don't exactly know how the end of stream week is going to be. So there's a chance that we don't do this next week, but pay attention to the Discord because I may just say fuck it and just do it anyway. Future Self, make sure you go back and review both the little segment that I highlighted as well as the full team prep, because leading up to this I did have some more stuff. But it's going now. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Bye!